Okay, now I'm going to put the remote on my neck. So now you see they both working, right? Okay, here we go. So you can see what it does. Hi everybody, Moshe Kafri is a Difference Maker dog trainer. And today we are going to talk about remote collars. I'm going to recap what I was talking about in my last video about different method of training, but I'll focus on remote collar, why it's the most humane way to train, why you get the best results, and why this is my preferred way to train. I'm going to take the remote collar and put it on my neck, exactly like we do on the dogs. I'm going to put on my neck a TENS unit that I use when I have cramped muscles, and I'm going to talk about buzzes. At the end of this video, everybody will have a lot better picture why remote collar is the way to go in dog training today, why it's the most modern way to go, why it's the most effective. Remote collar, TENS units, and the buzzes, all three have one thing in common. They all are transmitters of short waves or electricity in certain form. It's basically muscle stimulation. It's contract the muscle, and that's what it does on the dogs. That's what it does on human beings. It's basically Richard Hines, my mentor and coach, the Miami Dog Whisperer. He calls it the pacifier. The reason he calls the remote collar the pacifier is because it calms the dog down. It relaxes the dog. That's exactly what the buzzes do to autistic kids, as you are going to see later. That's what TENS units do to muscles that are very tight and cramped up. That's what we do on dogs. So there is nothing wrong. It's not a torture. It's nothing like that. It's humane way to train, and today we'll prove it with me putting it on myself so everybody can see for himself that it's not as harmful as people think. I understand the perception out there, and it is because of lack of knowledge. I mean, when people are not educated about anything, whatever it's going to be, any subject, they're scared, they're afraid. The lack of knowledge make people feel this way. But when people are being educated about any subject, they understand, they become more open-minded, and they become less afraid, and they are more willing to try or accept something new that they didn't know about before. That's what I'm going to do today. So, last time we were talking about motivation and how we motivate a dog either with food in a positive way or with choke, collar, prong collar, regular collar, agitation harness in a negative way. Now, the combination of positive and negative is the best for a dog. It's the best for the dog to learn and bring the results that we want. When I used to train in a positive only method, and I did it for a while, it worked partially. It did not work permanently. People today want fast results, permanent results, quick. When you train a dog in a positive only way, it takes months, sometimes longer than that, to get certain results, to get to a certain level. Most people don't have the patience to do that. People want things today instant, everything right now, and they don't have the patience. They want an adult dog behavior in a puppy. So remote collar can deliver it. That's why we decided to go this way. Now, when you work with a regular collar and you pull on the dog, or you work with a choke collar that you pull on the dog, or you work with a prong collar, what happens is most trainers will not work gently, and they will hurt the dogs as a result. I was talking about it in the last video. It's about nerve damage, it's about alignment problems, about esophagus damage. This we can avoid if we know how to work with choke color and prong color, but most trainers that you'll see don't have enough know-how, and what you see them, they are getting so frustrated with the dog that it doesn't follow, that they pull hard, and this is where the damage occurred. I never do this when I work in those methods. I work very gently, and I get the results. It just takes a little bit longer. Now, another important thing to understand in the difference between remote color and prong color and choke color is that when you put a color on a dog and you make it personal between you and the dog. So now the dog don't like it and it doesn't like you as a result. That's why we see in a lot of times dogs turn on the handlers. And when this happens, this is no fun because the dogs cause a lot of damage and bite the handler. When you work with remote color, it's not personal. The universe strikes. And that's what the dog does not know where it came from. He knows it has something to do with you, but it does not connect it directly like a leash that pulls on him. So, this is a remote color. Important thing that I wanted to talk about different companies that they make different remote colors. I'm not going to mention this company or that company because I'm not here to promote anybody. I'm going to explain the difference. There's two companies, one of them I use, that the way they build their colors is like a TENS unit, which means it goes like this, like this. So exactly like a TENS unit. So it sends pulses into the muscle, and the muscle reacts. Now, the remote color that I use from this particular company is built on what they call a long wave, which means it goes like that, which means it will hit the muscle only. Now, and there is 1 or 0 to 127 levels on this. So you have a very, very big range that you can play with, and you can help the dog and find the right range and not overdo it, not underdo it, just find the right range. At the same time, the other companies that build remotes, they are more like a remote color that is actually a shock color because they build their units on short waves, like this. What happens is, it does not only deliver a shock to the muscle, it hits the nerves too. This is a lot more unpleasant to the dog. And more than that, most of those companies have anywhere between 6 and 8 levels max. So the range is very limited and you cannot really find the right range for the dog because either it's too weak or it's too strong, but there's nothing in between. So it's an important point that I wanted to make, that the company that I use long waves and it works like a TENS unit. That's why it pacifies the dog. That's why it calms the dog down. To conclude, the combination of positive training with food, high-level treats, and remote color will get you the best results. You'll have to have patience. We'll have to work with the dog for a few weeks, but we'll get the results faster and better and permanent, more than any other training methods. In a pack, the leader will bite the dog that is misbehaving and deliver a message, cut it out, or change your behavior. A mother dog with her puppies, when the dogs start to bite, when they feed on her, or when she cannot feed no more, she's tired, she'll push them with her paws, or she'll bite them. That's exactly what happens with remote color. It emulates a dog bite. It's a physical thing. Dogs were put on earth to be bitten. They put here to be as part of the wild. The fact that we domesticated the dogs did not change their basic behavior that comes from the wild. That's why what you see in the action of the remote emulates exactly what you see in nature. So people, because of lack of knowledge and understanding and narrow-mindedness, cannot bring themselves to be open-minded enough to understand, to educate themselves, and to acknowledge that it's a great way to train dog with no harm. Owners come to me and say, my dog is losing his mind. My dog is on 6, 7, 8 medications that the vet puts them on to calm them down because they are going crazy when we go to work and leave them in the house or the apartment, and they are tearing the house to pieces. They poke holes in the drywall, they scratch the doors, they tear anything they can sink their teeth into, the curtains. Then they pee in the house, they take a crap in the house. It's a disaster. When the owner comes back home from work, it's not a pretty picture. So these people came to me and I said, take this medication and throw them to the garbage and I'll fix your dog up. And that's what we do. And the magic is the remote collar. It takes care of this anxiety. It pacifies the dog. It calms him down. It makes him relaxed and happy-go-lucky. So when it comes to the big question that the behaviorist, dog psychologists, and other trainers cannot train aggressive dogs, for instance. And because of that, those dogs are going to be put down. We have two options. To let people like me, or like Richard Hines, the Miami Dog Whisperer, my coach and mentor, and others like us, to train those dogs and bring them back to normalcy, or to let them be put down. This is actually choice that is in front of us. I already saved few dogs' lives. Richard already saved dozens of dogs' lives, if not more than that. And some other trainers as well that works in those methods. So if the challenge is for me to take the heat, but stick with my beliefs and save dog's life, so be it. Now, imagine that a dog will run to the road and get run over and die. A dog is aggressive and he bites everybody and he's being put down. This is the kind of dogs that I save their lives. Okay, now I'm going to put the remote on my neck. Okay. I want you to see the green on both. So now you see they both working, right? Okay. Now I'm going to put it on my neck. Okay. And I'm going to start at, it's at 0 right now. Now I'm going to put it on 20. And now, here we go on the black. I have a black button on the black thing. Look at this. And I feel it, but not that bad at all. Okay, now I'm going to go to 40. 40. Here we go. Did you see how I responded? Did you see? Now I'll go to 60. Now I'll go to 80. You see 80, 81. Okay, this is 80. So it's not pleasant, but it's not the end of the world. And now I'll go to 100. 102. Right? Here we go. So you can see what it does. And now I'm going to put it at 127, which is the highest. Okay, this is 127. Okay, this is a TENS unit that I'm going to work now and show you how it moves my neck, how it stimulates my muscles when they're cramped, and it's the same principle of the remote collar. So watch my neck and look how the muscle responds to the TENS unit. Okay. Now I'm going all the way to the top. Look what it does to my lips and to my neck. Look how it lifts my shoulder.
Yell at him all day long, he doesn't listen, because everybody tries to communicate with a dog in the human way.
Right.
And it doesn't work that way. Not well. Right? And that's why the collar system. And what people don't understand, it took me years to come up with this system. The best system for dog and human, and humanely. So, years of research, years of dedicating my life to every dog training system that exists to find what works, what doesn't work. Even if I tell people, I'm a master positive dog trainer.
Right.
People, hear what I'm telling you. I've mastered. I'm telling you, there's very few people in the world that can do positive training like I can.
Right.
But I know it doesn't work that way. It can do some things. Most of our clients have had anywhere from average 3 trainers to 12. I mean, that's our life. That's my life every day. But people, they got to hear that.
Right.
And it's a reality. Well, every day we walk out, it's, no, we've had 3 already, and it didn't work. And they're always trying positive. That's always going to be, because everybody wants to hear that. And the truth of the matter is, when I hear 100% positive training, I think amateur. Right off the bat. I know, amateur.
Yeah.
I want to hear what they did, because it's amateur hour. Right? There's only one way. And people go, no, but there's options. How about this? Well, there's got to be another way. If there was, I would do it.
Right.
But there is no better way.
Let you know that I want to try it on myself.
The collar?
Yeah.
Sure. You want to do it now?
Whenever you want.
So we're going to take Dewey's collar off, and Jessica wants to do it on herself to show everybody. So you want to put it on your hand or your neck?
If you're willing to put it on your dog, you should be willing to put it on yourself. I think.
Yeah. You want me to tap it, or are you going to tap it yourself?
No, I'll tap it myself. Okay, so it's really on there.
At what level? Oh, this is over.
So at 20, I'm going to put it on 20.
Yeah.
I don't usually feel it at 20.
Okay. And normally we start most dogs at 20.
You start them at 20. Okay.
Most dogs, 20 is our starting point. And you just tapped it?
Okay, tap.
You feel?
It's like a little bit, like nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead straight to 40.
Yeah.
You saw my shoulder?
Yeah, and you see the shoulder twitch? Stay with us one second. Hold it one second. I'm gonna just make sure I can see you close enough. And what I'm gonna try to do is get the twitch.
That's what I was saying. Like if you want to bring the camera
Let me see if
closer.
I can get it.
It's an involuntary. So this goes from 0 to 100. With Dewey, I don't go past 40, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it on myself. I believe that if you're willing to put it on your dog, you should be willing to put it on yourself. So I'm gonna start on 20. Does it feel like anything? Maybe like a little bug just fell on my neck. 40. There's a little bit of a twitch there. It's involuntary. I can't help that. It just happens. 60. A little bit more of a twitch. It's a little bit tight, but not too bad. 80. This will stop your dog in his tracks. If he's running into the street, he will turn around and look at you. It will save dog's life. That was 80, right? Okay, so 100. Let's do 100. I don't have to go this far with Dewey. Dewey does really good with 20 to 40. But this will definitely save your dog's life if he's running into the street. So it feels, it's the max. I'm at 100, the max that it goes. It feels tight with a bit of a prick, but it's not making me scream.
So the bottom line is, with the collars, the training system is not cruel at all. It's not inhumane. Using the collars, everybody's got to get that out of their heads. It's the most beautiful thing ever invented for dog training. To communicate to them perfectly in their own language. It's just touch, guidance. Not torture, not pain, just helping and guiding.
It keeps them safe.
Right. Keeps them safe, getting hit by a car, dangerous situations. You cannot do that any other way.
It brings your confidence level up. You're never angry at your dog. When you're pressing the button just to correct something, you're not angry, you're not yelling, you're not breaking the dog's spirit. That's what breaks the dog's spirit. Constantly, no, and putting him in the corner and always making him feel so bad.
Right, and confused.
And
because
confused.
They don't understand that.
They don't, that's a human language.
Right.
Right,
So,
a dog will turn around and nip the other, but it's not personal.
right.
It's not personal.
Right.
This is not personal.
Nature. Dogs meant to be bitten, dropped here to bite each other. No other system can compare to that, no matter how many people try to prove otherwise or tell, oh no, science, this, that. Not happening. That's the way it should be. The remote should not be a negative when you're doing obedience. It should be a driving force. So that's the beauty of remote collar. Don't listen to anybody in the public or online, or even yourself watching this who has a thing about remotes. It's not real. When it's done well, it's the most beautiful thing. And look at the speed and enthusiasm. And the speed is not because the dog's being hurt. Right? So people would go, oh yeah, of course, if you're hit with a remote, you'd run too, right? No, it's not like that. Because you would see speed with cringing and not with beautiful enthusiasm and happiness. It's the way you use the remote.
Valley Doctor launching new technology, creating a real buzz.
And from dealing with anxiety to de-stressing before a big meeting, anyone can actually use it. But as Noelani Graf shows us, Buzzies are having a huge impact on students with autism.
It's the small pieces that make up the big picture.
Really into the visual twites on series from 59 to 64.
These are the little things that make up Jacob Holma's story.
It's the Arizona stamp from South Park.
Another piece, Jacob has autism.
Every day of my life, there's always like some story going on in my head, like a literal, actual story with like plot and everything.
Good job, keep going.
Those stories get in his way. He'll start pacing, can't focus, would leave his classroom.
Just agitated. It's kind of a constant struggle for the teachers to say, Jacob, get back to this.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
After a lifetime of trying different therapies, medications,
I'm gonna turn them on. Okay, Jacob, you ready?
a small, new piece
Hear that?
fell into place.
Like when
That is the sound of relief. Jacob's nervous system being stimulated by Buzzies. His mom Sherry calls it a game changer and says the change is instant.
For him to be calm and doing his work is amazing.
Buzzies are the brainchild of Dr. Amy Sarin.
I feel like I stumbled upon a miracle that I want more people to know about.
She took a tried and true therapy of bilateral stimulation and mobilized it. So you wear Buzzies like a watch or in your pockets and control it with your phone.
So it interferes with your body's stress response.
She saw the need not just for her clients, but in her own home.
I'm the mother of 2 children who are twice exceptional, and they need the Buzzies.
And with results came a vision, possibilities beyond Jacob, beyond her kids.
We can give people access to stress relief all around the world and have more peace, better performance.
Small pieces, big picture.
So that frees them up to live their best life.
In Phoenix, Noelani Graf, ABC 15 News.
I hope you enjoyed this video. There's a lot to take from this video, a lot to learn. I hope you'll continue to educate yourself about dog training if it's something that interests you. and be more open-minded and more understanding to how we train. There's all kinds of training methods. We use them all, but some are better than others. Some are more modern than others. I recommend you to go to Richard Hines, the Miami Dog Whisperer YouTube channel, watch his videos. He's awesome. He's a walking encyclopedia when it comes to dog training. So with this being said, until next time, the difference maker, dog trainer, Moshe Kafri, at your service.